Hey everybody, welcome back. Hopefully they will do like normal, like they used to do, and take us all at the beginning. Mic check, mic check. You know, Audit LA was on her way. Hey Cajun Juju. Scientology up north. Miriam, hello, I'm back. Yeah, if they take us at the beginning of the meeting, then we'll probably stay on. There's like 15, 19 agenda items. Depends on what's on the agenda. Let's see what's on the agenda. So looking at the agenda, hopefully they'll do public comment first. And then they have a big presentation. 1, 2, 3, 7 people are getting. I don't know. I'm probably bid received, bids received, bid received. So those are bids received. So they're just bid openings. Real estate. Yeah, I'll probably just stay on for public comment and then.
Mic check, mic check.
Estaba flojo.
This is on the phone in Zoom, and it's in the description. Here, I will put it in here also. Here's the Zoom link.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
You know, I don't even think I have anything written out. Let me write something out real quick. Let me see. Hey, Kelly. How are you doing today? I'm hoping way better. Hi, Mini Minion. Yep, this will be public comment. And I put the Zoom. This is the one where you can call in.
What's the one thing? Sure, yeah.
Hi, Gina. I guess, okay, shh. We'll pretend you're not here. Well, this is the Board of Public Works, and so their purview is sidewalks, sanitation, water, sewer, permits. So all the event permits. Oh, all sorts of squishy hugs, Kelly. All sorts of squishy hugs. So much respect for you, dear heart. So this is who we approach. They are over the Bureau of Street Services, which does the special events. Yeah, and remember we have three new members because the other three were kicked off by the mayor. So we have fresh meat, and we need to give them a little bit of smooches and a little bit of tough love. And they understand, with speaking with Audit and them behind the scenes, they understand the egg they have on their face. Absolutely crazy, love. I did get Public Works is the planners and the permits and the water and the sidewalks. Oh, thank you, Anne. Oh, how sweet. Thank you, thank you. So crazy, the Board of Public Works is the planners and the permits. And so they do all of the event permits, all of the biasness that's happening, all of the inappropriate calling out and not giving appropriate permits to the police. And I did put and as I said earlier, as long as they do public comment first, like they're supposed to, I probably will not stay for the rest of the meeting. I'll just do all the public comment. There's lots of us that do the public comment. Okay, no worries. Thank you, Kelly. Hi, Eric. Welcome back. Wonderful. Cool. Yep, raise your hand. If you're wanting to speak and you're on Zoom, raise your hand. And I see the picture on that Zoom.
Good morning to our attendees who are joining us.
Lots of people in the room because they're having their award ceremonies.
Good morning to our attendees joining us here in the board's
Hi,
hearing
Cece.
room. If there are any members of the public who wish to offer commentary on any of our items this morning or offer public comment, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room, indicate which item you'd like to speak on and your information, and I will record your information for the record. Thank you. And we'll call upon you when your item is heard. Thank you. And good morning as well to our attendees joining us on the virtual platform, Zoom. I do see a number of hands raised. I'm going to go ahead and go through the attendees who are on Zoom and ask you which item you'd like to speak on and your information. And I will start with Monim or Monim. I apologize if I am mispronouncing your name.
No worries, TJ. It's Mona M. And just public comment this morning. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Mona. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute. Kelly. Kelly, I do see your hand raised.
Good morning. Yeah, I would like to speak for public comment today.
Excellent. Have you down for public
you.
comment? I'm going to go ahead and mute you and lower your hand.
Thanks.
Move next to Crazy Love is Love.
Yes, TJ, just public comment today. Thank you.
All right, I have you down for public comment. Crazy Love is Love. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. And I'll move next to Juju. Juju, which item would you like to offer commentary on this morning?
Good morning. Just public comment, please.
Excellent. I have you down for public comment. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute. Lower your hand. We'll move next to Mini Minion 7514. Would you like to offer public comment on any of our items this morning?
Yes, hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Public comment, please.
I have you down for public comment. I'm going to go ahead
Thank
and put you back on mute and lower your hand, and we'll move next to Yvonne. Go ahead.
Public comment, please, TJ.
I'm sorry, I missed Yvonne. Which items would you like to speak on, or is it just public comment?
Just public comment.
Excellent. I have you down for public comment. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. And we will move next to Gina Freya. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. Gina?
Yeah, just public comment, please. I don't know, though, if I'm going to be able to stay on all time because I am at work.
I heard public comment. I didn't hear the second part of what you stated.
Oh, I may not be able, though, to give that depending on time because of time constraint
Okay.
for myself.
Okay. So I just want to address what you're saying, and that is that I take the comments, in this case, public comment, in the order in which people appear in my attendee box on Zoom. So I apologize if we do not hear you in time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gina. We'll move next to Mirjam. Mirjam?
Yes. Public comment, please.
Thank you, Mirjam. Is it Mirjam or Mirjam?
Miriam.
Miriam. Okay.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you, Miriam. Sorry for mispronouncing your name.
it's okay.
I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. And we have Amy's iPhone.
Public comment only. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute and lower your hand. Once again, welcome to the Board of Public Works. For those attending here in person, if you would like to offer commentary on any of our items, please fill out a speaker card located in the back of the room, indicate which item you'd like to speak on, and hand it to me. I'll record your information for the record and call upon you when we get to your item. And good morning as well to our Zoom attendees. Good morning to those who have already indicated that they would like to offer comment. And good morning to those who have not yet indicated. If you would like to offer comment and you're on the Zoom platform, please press *9 to raise your hand, *6 to unmute, identify yourself for the record and which item you'd like to speak on, and I'll record your information for the record. It is 9:55 and we should get started in approximately 10 minutes.
Yep, good attendance today, definitely. What are we all going to do when we have to go back to not doing Board of Public Work meetings? It'll be a sad day for sure, but you know what? It'll be a worthy day. It'll be a day of partying. It'll be a day of sunshine to not have to deal with public works. Let me see. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 8 months.
No, after school, you are all to go home immediately. That means no biking around looking for your friends, no investigating, no nonsense. Saying some Lord of the Rings book.
Uh-oh. Do you guys hear that? Somebody's mic was opened. And they're going to call on me first, so I'm going to put that up just in case. This is Board of Public Works, Amy. You're on the phone. Oh, yeah, the no-nonsense Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I think somebody's mute button got unmuted. I don't know.
Good morning. This is TJ Knight, Acting Executive Officer. I do see an additional hand raised on our Zoom platform. Mark Chonies?
Yeah.
Would you like to offer commentary on any of our items this morning, Mark?
Yeah, public comment in on Article 1.
Public comment and item 1?
Yeah.
I have you down for public comment on item 1. Thank you, Mark.
All right. What is item?
So I'm going to make an announcement. I just put one of our attendees on mute, and that attendee unmuted themselves. And so that's not allowed. Again, this is TJ Knight, Acting Executive Officer for the Board of Public Works. And for members of the public offering commentary, please keep on topic. If you do not speak on an agenda item or on an item that is within the board's jurisdiction for general public comment, you will get 2 warnings and then you will be removed. You can also not unmute yourself. You have to wait until the facilitator, in this case it's me, unmutes you. So those attendees who unmute themselves will be given a warning that they're interrupting the meeting. I hope this makes sense. Thank you.
That's okay, Cece. They're getting the message that we're watching. They know we be here. Tell him, Kelly. Yes, he is. He can be a little bit finicky on that mute button too. But at least he knows what he's doing and he doesn't usually have tech problems. Like the LAPD meeting yesterday. Oh my God, I was just so pissed. I don't think that was you. I think it was Kenny that he was saying that to. High power lies to paralyze. And hey, Peter, I did get your message. Thank you. I think I sent an email back. Thank you very much. That was a very cool song. And I'm thinking about it. You know, the agenda is in my description.
Into record mode and establish quorum. Cool. All right.
No, I didn't, Peter. I haven't looked at it yet, but I will.
Recording in
President
progress.
Corson, we are now in record mode.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Board of Public Works meeting for Wednesday, November 6th. Brief roll call. Mr. Knight.
Yes. Good morning, President Corson. Acting Executive Officer TJ Knight taking role in establishing quorum. President Corson, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Kang, and Commissioner Mitchell are present. We do have a quorum. We are also joined this morning by City Attorney Representative Virginia Choi. Once again, I'm Acting Executive Officer TJ Knight. President Corson, we have speaker cards under public comment and all items in the room. And we also have a request for public comment on Zoom. We have no neighborhood council commentary this morning, and we are ready to proceed.
Great, thank you. Just for everyone's notice, we'll take a recess for about 15 minutes at 11:30. We'll do public comment after the presentations and after the minutes. So there's a motion to approve. There's a second to my motion to approve the minutes.
I second.
Mr. Knight, we have a first by myself and a second from Commissioner Grant.
Excellent. We'll take a roll call vote on approval of minutes for Friday, October 18th, 2024, starting with you, President Corson.
Aye.
Vice President Chavez.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Grant.
Aye.
Commissioner Kang.
Aye.
And Commissioner Mitchell.
Aye.
All ayes, and this item is approved unanimously.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Let's jump right into the presentation we have for our Terminal Island employees. If Lance and Hisang are here to kick it off. Make it a joyous presentation.
I hope so.
That's right.
Good morning, President Corson, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, commissioners, city leaders, and to all of you, congratulations on your new roles. I'm Lance Thibodeau, the plant manager of Terminal Island Water Reclamation Plant, and I'm here with Hee-Sang Kim, the acting executive plant manager of Hyperion Water Reclamation Plant. We're here to acknowledge several LA sanitation staff who went above and beyond their normal assignment and showed their commitment and dedication to LA sanitation success during a very fluid and unprecedented situation. First, for some background, as you're probably aware, at Terminal Island Water Reclamation Plant, also known as TI, we treat an average of 15 million gallons a day of wastewater from Wilmington, San Pedro, and the Los Angeles Harbor area. The plant is operated 7 days a week and 24 hours a day, including holidays. And we're at the end of the line in the harbor area. So without our plant operating properly, there would be tremendous environmental impacts. At Terminal Island, we have processes including microfiltration, reverse osmosis, and ultraviolet advanced oxidation. These processes further treat our tertiary effluent to produce a highly purified recycled water that is injected into the Dominguez Gap barrier to protect groundwater reservoirs from seawater intrusion. And the recycled water is also used by industrial users for their cooling towers and boilers. And so these uses of the advanced treated water replace the need for and preserve the limited potable drinking water supply and make the city of Los Angeles less dependent on imported water. And now for the reason why we're here today. On the afternoon of September 26, 2024, Terminal Island staff received notification from the LA Fire Department stating that there was a fire on Terminal Island, not the plant, but the island itself. And that fire affected the entrance onto the island from the 3 access roads. So through subsequent communication with the Los Angeles Port Police Dispatch, TI staff became informed that a semi-truck carrying lithium batteries overturned on California Highway 47 and caught on fire, blocking the road. You may have saw that in the news probably. California Highway 47 is the main road that all drivers entering and leaving Terminal Island must use. So due to the fire department's need to leave the semi-truck in place and let the fire burn off in a controlled fashion, drivers could leave Terminal Island, but drivers would not be allowed to enter Terminal Island until the fire was diminished. The authorities gave an estimated time frame of 24 to up to 72 hours, which would have equated to the afternoon of Thursday, September 26th, to potentially the afternoon of Sunday, September 29th. So due to the need for staff to be on site to properly operate the plant in order to maintain the State Department of Drinking Water and South Coast Air Quality Management District permit compliance, senior operator Sam Polaris and Carlos Aristizabal made a big ask to staff if they would stay over for at least 24 hours. But at the time, they were pretty much signing up for being at work for 72 hours, if any of us could imagine.
Hello, good morning, newly appointed commissioners and president. My name is Hee-Sang Kim, acting Hyperion treatment plant manager. Yes, as Lance just mentioned, Terminal Island treatment plant is a 24/7 operation facility. There's no such thing as shutting down the plant, even for a few hours. Shutting down the plant means disaster. It's not going to be fun. We try to make this fun, our job fun, but it's not going to be fun because we will see sewage spill over San Pedro, Wilmington, and spilled sewage is going out to LA Harbor, Cabrillo Beach, and all that. None of us want to hear that. And we depend the sanitation and Terminal Island water reclamation plant. Definitely, we depend on these dedicated employees. Human resources are the foremost important assets that we have in the sanitation and in the city. And here we are, we have the best example of dedicated public employees. And I'd like to introduce these 6 outstanding wastewater treatment operators and 1 laboratory technician who sacrificed their personal commitment, like soccer game or birthday party or wedding anniversary. I'm not going to ask their personal life, but these are the dedicated employees. So let me introduce one by one, starting Steve Serda. And by the way, Steve Serda is a wastewater treatment operator 3. Next, Sean Bell, acting senior treatment operator who cannot make today's presentation.
Oh, so
And
sad.
next, Robert Messias, acting wastewater treatment operator 3.
Really, buddy? Or
Next, Larry Martinez, acting wastewater treatment operator 3. Next, Jorge Gutierrez, laboratory technician 2. Carlos Aristizábal, acting operations manager. Last but not least, Sam Palares, acting operation manager and also chief plant operator.
this is the way to do it, you guys.
Thank you. That concludes our presentation and recognition. And then again, these are the people who run the department, run the bureau. But, you know, I and Lance just work together with them. So, you know, encourage them. So these are the heroes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Before you go, Mr. Kim, could you read the one certificate that's left so we can all know what, and the public can know what is on the certificate itself?
Sure. Certificate of recognition, the Board of Public Works honors. In this one, Sean Bell, acting senior treatment operator, Bureau of Sanitation. His commendable actions to volunteer without any clear resolution or timeline highlights the relentless dedication this individual has and his willingness to answer the call and take action in the face of adversity during the Terminal Island access roads and Los Angeles port closure, September 26th through 28th, 2024. and signed by the president and the board commissioners.
Thank you. Commissioners, any comments to share? Commissioner Grant?
Lance took my pun that this was a very fluid situation. But I really think that the upside of this potentially horrific situation is that it gives us a chance to herald the exceptional work that you do day in and day out without, recognition. And this was even beyond the call of duty. And it makes me proud to be part of Public Works, to have employees like you who stand up for this city and make sure that this city works and serves everyone. Thank you again for what you did and what you do continually.
Thank you. Anyone else? Vice President Chavez?
Yes, I also want to commend the work of the employees. I think you are an inspiration to all of us. I wanted to also thank you for not just going above and beyond, but also the sacrifice that your families made of not having you around, right, where you were there. So it's beyond just the person, but the sacrifices that are made to the people that rely on you day in and day out as well. So city thanks you.
Thank you. Commissioner Kay?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just wanted to echo my fellow commissioners just to say congratulations and thank you very much.
Commissioner Mitchell?
I concur.
I'll keep it just as brief. If you've come to some of our retirement celebrations, I've often said, thank you to you and your families. As Vice President Chavez said, I think this is one of those times where your commitment to the city and the work that we do, and sometimes stepping up and stepping in when the time calls, is truly a commitment, not for yourselves, but for your family's understanding that the job can sometimes be a lot more strenuous than people imagine. So thank you for stepping up and stepping in. And the least we could do is provide certificates. And the least we can do is we're going to take a quick 2 or 3 minute pause to take a group photo in the back with all of the commissioners as well. Thank you, everyone.
Recording stopped.
Yeah, I don't see audit in there. I think she might have went over to city council, which is right next door. So if somebody could pop on hers and tell her to come back, because they're going to do public comment right after this. Hopefully they're not going to go on their 15-minute break like you said at 11 or 10:30. Thank you in advance. That's usually what it is. They have to smile 10 times, but hey, this is way better than those other presentations we had to sit through. Come on, Peter. Come on. Where they did one at a time and it took an hour to get through 7 people. And just like, oh my God, this is so much punishment. That was really very, very nice. They probably were due a little bit more time than that, but that was nice not to have to, oh my gosh. Even if they do come back and say they're going to take their 15-minute break. Do you see her? Okay, good. Good. Thank you, Haggis. It's still less time than waiting out 15 frickin' agenda items. And I'm going to forewarn you, they're going to try and pull the 20 minutes total. So hopefully we'll all get to speak and they won't do that. Oh, they said 11:30. I thought they meant 10:30. That's cool though. Thank you. That gives me a little more hope. Thanks, Peter. You're way more observant than I am. Okay, everybody's butts are in the seat.
All right, Mr. Knight, it is 10:20 and we're back. If you
Recording
need
in
to
progress.
reestablish quorum for us.
Yes, thank you, President Corson. We're back in record mode, and again, Acting Executive Officer TJ Knight taking role in reestablishing quorum. We have President Corson, Vice President Chavez, President Pro Tem Grant, Commissioner Kang, and Commissioner Mitchell present. We are joined by City Attorney Representative Virginia Choi, and the time is now 10:21.
Great. We'll move on to general public comment. I have two cards for in-room public comment for Audit LA and Gigi. They're not here, so we'll just go to virtual until they come back.
We do have another public comment in the room who just provided a speaker card. If you would like, I can call out that person's name or hand it to you. It's Defender of Fat, I believe, or Ant. Defender of Ant.
And before Defender of Ant comes up, or we go to the virtual platform, just as a reminder, general public comment to address the board will be provided for up to 2 minutes per person for a cumulative total of 20 minutes. Testimony shall be limited to the content and the matters that are within the subject matter and jurisdiction of the board. The board may not take any action on matters discussed during the public comment period. The board will also provide an opportunity for public comment to address board on agenda items before or during consideration of the item for 2 minutes per person for a cumulative of up to 10 minutes. And all of those rules are on our agenda. And we'll go now to the virtual platform. Mr. Knight?
Yes, very well. We can start with Mona M. Mona M, you should be receiving a pop-up asking you to unmute. Go ahead and unmute.
I
Hi, good
received
morning.
it. Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. Hello, Board of Public Works. It's me again, Mona. I'm hoping that you don't get used to me, really. Thank you for the opportunity to address you today. I would like to remind you of why the board should and need to follow your own rules and regulations. The atrocities and abuses happening behind the walls at the Blue Building of Scientology are the reason we stand before you week after week. The cult of Scientology feels it is above the law and does not need to follow ordinances. This is for the exact same issue I have been terrorizing the previous board members about since April. On L. Ron Hubbard Way and Fountain Avenue, without resolution, I remind you that it is as a community member, it is my job to bring you these issues. However, it is your job to be judicious and resolute in your actions, to do something about it. The planters and keeping L. Ron Hubbard Way open due to fraudulent permits that are constantly being given is your problem to solve, not mine. I want to remind you the past disregard for municipal, state, and federal regulations is abhorrent but not shocking, since the relationship between the City of LA and Scientology is blatantly obvious. I have high hopes for this new board membership, and again, welcome you to working with us on this issue in the community. Thank you, and I yield back my time.
Thank you, Mona. We'll move next to Kelly. Kelly, followed by Crazy Love is Love. Go ahead, Kelly. You have 2 minutes.
Good morning. Same as Mona, I'm here again. Yes, I realize some of the things like planters and city permits and things like this might seem a little trivial when compared to severe elderly and child abuse, human trafficking, fraud of great proportions. It is incredibly trivial. But again, we just are here trying to remind the organization of Scientology that they are not above the law in any way, that we have the ability to do so. And I, as a human speaking to other humans, urge you to look into this and not just take my word for it or our word for it, but to do whatever you can as a human to help these other humans that are stuck in this organization. On a city level, the planters have been moved. They are now lined right next to one another with no space in between, creating a complete barrier for anybody wanting to walk off the sidewalk onto the street. Also, I wanted to just say that if this situation with permits and planters and et cetera have been taken up by the city attorney, Heidi Soto's office, if that's why you're not taking action, it's been in her office for a long time, and there are plenty of allegations to suggest there may be some level of corruption or coercion, or not coercion, corruption and I don't know, collaboration between her and Scientology. So you're going to have to probably follow up on that if that's the case, and no longer passing the buck, hoping that they take care of it. Thank you. And
Thank you.
there was something else. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. That's 2 minutes. And we'll move next to Crazy Love is Love. You should be able to unmute, and you have 2 minutes to offer your commentary.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. I'm here to address an urgent matter that directly impacts the safety of our community and the fundamental rights of the citizens. I'm speaking about the street closures granted by to Scientology, which are blocking the public access, endangering the public safety. These closures are illegal. They are infringing upon our First Amendment rights. It's time for the city to take action and take responsibility and act. The First Amendment guarantees every citizen the right to freedom of speech, peaceful assembly, and access the public spaces. The public streets and sidewalks are vital to these rights to be exercised. However, these street closures are denying citizens their basic right to move freely, to speak and assemble in public. This is a direct violation of our constitutional rights. By granting permits for these street closures, the city is not just restricting our access, it's actively blocking citizens from engaging in free expression. The taxpayers and residents who use these public spaces are being silenced, denied the right to pass through and to participate in civic life. This is unacceptable. The situation is not just about inconvenience, it's about real, tangible risk to the public safety. Under Los Angeles Municipal Code, Section 62.118, the public right-of-way must remain clear for pedestrian access and emergency vehicles. The city's failure to remove these closures and obstructions violates these laws. These closures and planters are blocking escape routes, obstructing emergency services, creating tripping hazards.
That's 2 minutes. Thank you, Crazy Love is Love. We'll move next to Juju, followed by Minion. Juju, you should be receiving a pop-up asking you to unmute. Go ahead and unmute.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead. You have 2 minutes.
Okay. I, along with the previous speakers, have been coming to this board since April, May, June. It has increased as the concerns have increased with people speaking out more. All of the previous grievances that we've brought before the previous board, I understand there are new members now, have been ignored as far as we know. We have evidence of collusion between the city issuing permits and the Scientology executives that handle these permits. We also have proof that Scientology has been issued a letter or demand to remove the fencing and the hanging curtains that are obstructing the right of way on sidewalks and the street. to remove thorny plants, AKA the rose bushes that they have planted on the easement to block people access in and out of their cars onto the sidewalks. The permits that they're getting also were told in the letter that they received that the permits needed to be posted. That has not happened. When we ask for a permit, they give us a random number, which does not coincide with the portal permit number. And some of the permits even don't even have a work order number. So we're not sure what's going on, if they're valid or not. They have done all of this to block people from seeing and accessing what is going on behind those barriers that they're putting up. The abuses of children, the elderly abuse and neglect. And
thank you, Juju. That's 2 minutes.
Oh.
I'm going to go ahead and put you on mute. And if, for those of you who are attending the Zoom meeting and offering public commentary, if you have another meeting that we can hear audibly in the background, if you'd be so kind as to unmute it when you offer your public comment, that would allow us to hear what you have to say. Or if you're listening to this meeting, if you could please unmute it if you have it on a secondary device. We'll move next to Mini Minion, followed by Yvonne. Mini Minion, I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Yes, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. You have 2 minutes.
Yes, hi, how you doing? I'm from the beautiful island of Long Island, New York, and as I sit here and watch all my friends battle the Church of Scientology, I fear for their lives.
I'm sorry, but I think there's a connection issue or a network issue. We're hearing some static.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, that's better. Thank you.
Much better? Okay,
Yes.
Thank you. So, like I was saying, I'm following suit with my friends who battle the Church of Scientology and how awful things that have been done. What unfolded on Sunday was horrific for us to sit and witness. Children running away from a cult, trying desperately to get someone's attention to listen to them. The police department never even took a statement, nothing from anyone who witnessed this. What is wrong with y'all? You guys are, it's absurd. Here in the great state of New York, we rescued 47 missing children from child trafficking. Why don't you follow suit with what we're doing here in New York? We're straightening up our city. Our city does not like the Church of Scientology. We know they're garbage. We know what they do. We do not want them in our city nor in our counties. Okay, take them back to yours if that's what you like. This is crazy now. Children's lives are at risk. Please, I'm begging you, for just my own poor mental health watching this. Or anyone, please listen. Don't let this fall on deaf ears. These children need help. They're begging for help, yelling, screaming. They want us to help them. Can't you get this? Please, Los Angeles, please do something. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Mini Minion. If we could move next to Yvonne, followed by Gina. Go ahead, Yvonne.
Thank you, Ted. I want to reserve my standing to file legal regress against the individuals and the board and the city of Los Angeles and all its advisors on all topics and agenda items brought forth by this agency of the city of Los Angeles in perpetuity. The minutes approved were not on the agenda, nor were they available for public review in a non-existent agenda packet for today's meeting. Item number 1 is a possible violation of the Brown Act as it was insufficiently described, and a private meeting with all the board members and other agencies, including the mayor, is a violation of the Brown Act, with only exclusions for personnel actions and possible lawsuits. The planters, the sidewalks, the special events by Scientology remain a constant contention. The general upkeep of the sidewalk is also a general contention. When you allow the Scientologists to put up those curtains, you hide crimes. You hide crimes when they put up those great big, excessively tall barriers on Sunset and Catalina for their events. They hide crimes. When they turn loudspeakers onto Sunset and Catalina to blast the music, they hide crimes. They destroy the peacefulness of being in a hospital, if that's peaceful. You have citizens, not activists, bullhorning the event because it is outrageously loud. You're hiding crimes. Stop the criminal activity. Thank you.
Thank you, Yvonne. We'll move next to Gina. Gina, are you still in the room? I don't see your name on the queue. If you didn't, Gina did indicate that she may not be available when we get to public comment. So I don't see in the queue. We'll move to Miriam, followed by Amy's iPhone. Miriam, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. Okay. I'm calling because I have a concern regarding favoritism towards Church of Scientology and endangering the public. When granting the event permits on L. Ron Hubbard Way, it is documented that the cult of Scientology is giving an expedited channel to arrange events in these locations for certain small communities that they are friendly with. However, when instances critical with the church or the cult are applying for a permit, it has been made virtually impossible. The events held on L. Ron Hubbard Way are in most events open to public. However, the cult has hired armed security to intimidate all anti-Scientology activists performing their First Amendment rights on the sidewalks of the location. I am myself calling from Denmark, just to let you know that the whole world is watching the corrupt manner the Los Angeles city officials are operating, including the public works. And you need to do better. Thank you.
Thank you, Miriam.
Mr. Knight, I announced at the beginning of public comment that there was a maximum of 20 minutes of general public comment. I think right now we're at 14 and we have a few in-person cards that I had announced, but we did not get to. So I think we should just go to those. And if we hit 20 minutes, I'm sorry to the Zoom callers, but those are the rules before us. So we'll go with Audit LA.
And you have 2 minutes to offer your commentary.
Is this good enough or do you want me to take it? Because it's not coming out. Oh, I got it. Good morning, commissioners. Welcome to the new commissioners. Hope to get to know you soon. Mr. Commissioner President Corsand, looking very presidential, and congratulations, Vice President, and of course President Pro Tem, who I, no offense, wanted for Vice President because he's an upstanding guy. But anyway, so Mr. President, I really truly believe that this board is a new chance for all of us to kind of work together for these issues. There's a lot of frustration, as you can hear and know, and it's true. Because it's just like they're doubling down, like with these planters, they're putting them closer together and more, I think more of them, which is just like in our face. And then they have this huge like tent thing it's in their parking lot, but we can't find any permit for it. And like, really, we just want them, if they're allowed to have it, that's fine, but it has to be the same rules as everyone else. And I just want to ask if you guys can agendize these items or, try to get to the bottom of things, because I believe you're all fair and reasonable. Like I'm giving, I come here with the open heart and let's try to work this together. I'm not here I only get antagonistal. It's only been controversial with the two former presidents because, they didn't handle themselves correctly, with the public. But I'm very confident with President Corsand, and I say that publicly. Very confident. He's always been decent, and to me, it has integrity. So I'm just asking, sir, if you could find a way to help us, because it helps the community. There are the two girls who ran away And I don't know, and they were like, the father was just take them to an event there and they got scared. And one of them got snatched up by several SUVs and all these security, which was terrorizing. The other had to go to a complete stranger begging for help. We don't know where these girls are, if they're well. We just want your help. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Knight, can you clarify how many minutes of general public comment are left?
Yes, we have 4 minutes left.
4 minutes left. Okay, we will go to Gigi.
I was called in on Zoom, first time being here in person, sort of nervous in this public setting, but instead of complaining about what you guys aren't doing, I want to say I brought up an issue about a huge wooden pole on Franklin at Bronson. The day that I brought it up, there was a barricade making it more noticeable, white with the orange stripes on it. I had a concern that people might be driving and just instinctively go in the loading lane, not see it, cause an accident, cause liability. Y'all took care of it right away. I went by last night. I saw that that pole is now cut in half. So I think maybe you guys are in preparation to actually get it removed, but it's easier to do it in smaller pieces or something. So if that's what you guys are going to do, thank you so much for actually listening and doing something about it. I mentioned Monday about the thorny plants and how there was a violation about them. I'm going to just let that be. And now that you guys are a new board, hopefully something's going to be done and I won't have to bring it up again. But I have faith in you because I've seen progress with the poll. So I hope that other people who think that things are moving too slow, not on their time, I hope they realize that things can actually work out. And I think we got a good team here. I'm very happy with President Corson. I called in and I said, I wanted you as same thing as her. I wanted you as vice president, but I read your background and I'm glad someone that has strong knowledge of the Brown Act is vice president. That stuck out to me. And Commissioner King, I don't know much about you, but you're paying a bunch of attention to people. I notice you listening, nodding when you are hearing stuff. And Commissioner, the judge thing, very important to me. I like keeping things, legal, and I'm optimistic for you guys. So thank you.
Thank you.
And we have 2 minutes left of general public comment. And for those in the Zoom, we announced earlier that our board rules allow a maximum of 20 minutes of general public comment, and we're now at 18 minutes. We have one more card that was announced at the beginning of general public comment for Defender of Art.
Or Ant.
Ant.
Yes.
Defender of Ant, not here. So we'll take one more Zoom caller if they take up the entire 2 minutes.
And that would be Amy's iPhone.
Hi, good morning. Hi. I'm going to reiterate what everyone said. I'm not really giving you a lot of leeway like your previous speaker because I don't see any action on the planter situation. We are your growing hemorrhoid that you will soon need a big bottle of Preparation H because you all need to be investigated as to why it's moving so slowly. And as an RN, it's really disgusting that you've taken no action to remove the planters. It's a hazard for all the children that can't get moved by, mothers walking strollers, trying to get up the sidewalk, and people that are disabled. And also, you have a new sheriff that it's going to be in town by the name of Nathan Hochman. He's your new DA. He's a different political party, so that political party is really into law and order. And I hope that he looks into the cult of Scientology, as I have been leaving messages on his Facebook page and also have tweeted him about the crimes of Scientology. And if no action is being done, I will be continuing to make comments on his Facebook page about inactions that are going on so that you all can be looked at into collusion. Maybe the DA can start looking at what all of you are doing and your lack of movement on the planters that we all have been calling into you on. We are the biggest squeaky wheel and the world is watching. I'm calling from the East Coast, so everybody sees it, and it's an embarrassment. You look like such an embarrassment. What a shanda. What a terrible. The shanda means a shame in Jewish, but it's a shame. It's a pariah of the whole world that's watching you. It's absolutely disgusting, and I hope that the new DA looks into you and finds out what's going on. The DA is he was on the Division of Tax Revenue. He was in DOJ. He investigated taxes, and he probably doesn't like that the Scientology is tax exempt, and he's probably going to help build the RICO case that's going against it. And I hope that all of you aren't brought up on RICO, because you may be brought into the whole thing. Bye.
Thank you, Amy. And that concludes public comment for this morning.
All right. Thank you to everyone.
Scientology is a cult. Kids can't consent.
I apologize for that.
Thank you for everyone who joined us for public comment. Personally, I love it when people participate in our meetings. It makes it sound like people are actually paying attention to the Board of Public Works. We'll now move on to items 1, 2, and 3, and 4, which are all bids, but we'll start with item number 1. We do have one general.
Los Angeles is not North Korea. They don't need armed security guards.
Mr. Knight, if we could give that person a warning, and the second warning, we will have to remove them from the Zoom.
Thank you, President Corson. So Zoom user Juju and Zoom user Mark Chonas are both warned that they cannot this is their first and only warning that they've interrupted the meeting. Should they interrupt the meeting again, they will be removed from the Zoom. Thank you.
Thank you. So item number 1 is bids for East 6 Green Infrastructure Corridor Work Order S33WE6GC. We'll start with public comment for that one. I believe we have one public comment card for in-person audit LA. And okay. And just as a reminder that we allow a maximum of 10 minutes of public comment for individual board items. They must be related to the board item. Our city attorney will police that for us today. And each public commenter has a maximum of 2 minutes. Mr. Knight, let's move on to the virtual platform.
We have no virtual comments on any of our items other than public comment.
Okay, thank you. Let's read those bids.
Thank you, President Corson. So I'm joined this morning by Board Secretariat employee Matthew Castellanos, and we have one bid opening, and then we have three bids to.
Okay, guys, I hung up from that. Well, to be real honest, behind the scenes, I'm going to let that play while we talk here. Behind the scenes, they talk to audit, and they are listening to us. They do hear us. They do feel that they have egg on their face. It was the mayor that took out those 3 commissioners. Those 3 board members were fired because of us. And the new board members understand. They understand the mission. I'm not too sure if they're going to actually get it put on the agenda. And hopefully something will get done. Now, the problem is we're finding out is not the board and it's not the mayor. I think it's in. Yeah, you did good, Amy. You did good. You got through. They heard you. They definitely heard you. But we keep the pressure on until something is done. Win for the general public. That's right. And they know how, I keep saying this, they know how to get rid of us, do their job. And the new board members, I do believe that we're going to have something. They have talked about putting it on the agenda, which if they just enforce the laws, they wouldn't even have to do that. So having an email sent to them or more public testimony of exactly that, maybe Friday, that's what we need to talk about, is if they just do their job, we'd go away. They wouldn't have to worry about us anymore if they do their job. So with that, thank you, Mini Minion, Miriam, Amy, Juju, Kenny, he even got his last minute in there. Peter, thank you for supporting. Kelly, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. And I hope that you're getting some much needed rest. Haggis Basher loves you. Did I forget anybody? I'm sorry if I did. I did say Amy, right? Okay, you guys. Be well, everybody. Loves you.